Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and watching Global Governance News TV. Today we're going to discuss the two subjects just about the Delhi Services Bill, just to curtail the power of the present CM Kejriwal due to his so negligence and corruptions. And number two, we can understand about the Gandhi Nehru. You will surprised to know how and why I'm talking about today in relative to Mewat, the new district name, old is Mewat region that was part of Rajasthan and Haryana. So we can just understand Mewat is a Gandhi Nehru policy responsible for Hindu Muslim uh, so-called bhaichara. So I used word bhaichara just knowingly in English, as we have been just seeing and all the incidents last 75 years. So we have the panelist Vandana Jhinganji, senior journalist from Chicago, USA, and political analyst Poonam Sharma ji from Assam, Bharat. So I'm coming to direct point before the going discussion. Today, Lok Sabha of Bharat passed the Delhi Services Bill, and tomorrow it will be placed in Rajya Sabha. So we will just listen the statement of Union Home Minister of Bharat, Amit Shah, and after that discussion will lead the discussion.
हिस्से के लिए और किसी भी कार्य के लिए कानून बनाने के लिए संपूर्ण अधिकार संसद को देने का काम किया है। मान्यवर, समस्या कहां से समाप्त शुरू हुई? 1993 से व्यवस्था चली आ रही थी। कभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी सत्ता में आई, कभी कांग्रेस पार्टी ने शासन किया, कभी ऊपर कांग्रेस का शासन था तब हमारी सरकार थी, तो कभी ऊपर कांग्रेस की सरकार थी तब नीचे हमारा शासन था, मगर कोई झगड़ा नहीं हुआ। सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा था, क्योंकि किसी की मंशा अधिकार हथियाने की नहीं थी, सेवा करने की। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भी भाजपा के साथ झगड़ा नहीं किया, भाजपा ने भी कांग्रेस सरकार के साथ झगड़ा नहीं किया, और बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा था, कोई डिस्प्यूट नहीं, कोई झगड़ा नहीं। 1915 में स्थिति बदली और यहां 2015 में यहां स्थिति बदली और यहां एक ऐसे दल की सरकार आई जिसका मकसद, मुझे कोई झिझक नहीं है कहने में, जिसका मकसद सेवा करना है ही नहीं, झगड़ा करना। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी अनेक पार्टियों के मुख्यमंत्री रहे, अनेक पार्टियों की मिलीजुली सरकार रही, शुद्ध रूप से सरकार रही, मगर राष्ट्र सेवा करने में और जन सेवा करने में किसी भी पार्टी को कोई दिक्कत नहीं आई। मैं बाद में बात करूंगा क्या दिक्कत है, उसकी भी डिटेल बात करूंगा। प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग के अधिकार का नहीं है, विजिलेंस को कंट्रोल में लेकर बंगला जो बना दिया है, इसका सत्य छुपाना है। जो भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है, इसका सत्य छुपाना है। मान्यवर,
just you listen the speech. Another part I'm just going to show you how just Amit Shah say just to cover the corruption just done by the Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi CM. That's why he is just taking them on to more power. But the Delhi is not the full state. This is only central ruled state governed by only not the full governor. The lieutenant governor is ruling, and lieutenant governor is a representative of the union government. So how just Arvind Kejriwal lying to the people, lying to the public, that is a better question. Another just you clips, just you see, or just watch. After that, we'll start discussion.
आना चाहते हो, आपके मन में ऐसी कल्पना है कि गठबंधन बड़ा करेंगे तो शायद मोदी जी के खिलाफ चुनाव जीत जाएंगे। भाई और 2-3 लोगों को ढूंढ लाओ, जितने हो सके इतना इकट्ठा कर लो, अगले प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ही बनने वाले। परंतु कम से कम इसके लिए 130 करोड़ की जनता के सामने इतने एक्सपोज न हो। हर बिल आता है, नहीं मणिपुर पर चर्चा, मैं मणिपुर पर चर्चा करने के लिए आता हूं, नहीं मणिपुर पर चर्चा नहीं, हम विरोध करेंगे, यहां आ जाएंगे, मेरे सामने बोर्ड लेकर खड़े हो जाएंगे। ठीक है भाई, करो। मगर जैसे ही गठबंधन टूटने वाला बिल आया, मणिपुर भी याद नहीं आया, डेमोक्रेसी भी याद नहीं आई, दंगे भी याद नहीं आए, सब इकट्ठा होकर देखो सामने बैठे, सारे इकट्ठा। और 130 करोड़ की जनता को बताते हैं हमें मणिपुर की चिंता नहीं है, हमें चुनाव की चिंता है, हमें डेमोक्रेसी की चिंता नहीं है, हमें चुनाव की चिंता है, हमारी पार्टी के कोई सिद्धांत नहीं है, केवल और केवल राजनीति में चुनाव जीतने के लिए राजनीति में है। और बताइए भैया, आप बाहर जाकर मीडिया को, अगर ये नहीं है तो सारे बिल में क्यों एब्सेंट रहे? सारे बिल महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है क्या? सारे बिल महत्वपूर्ण है, आपको रहना चाहिए था। मगर ये बिल इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि ये बिल आपके गठबंधन को क्षति करता है। और मैं एक बात आगे कह देता हूं कि ये बिल पास होने के बाद वैसे भी आपका गठबंधन टूट जाने वाला है, केजरीवाल जी आपको बाय बाय कर देंगे। मान्य।
So, you have just listened the two speeches of Amit Shah and about the Delhi government. Vandana, how just you analyze the situation? How Arvind Kejriwal is always propagating himself, trying to compare himself with Prime Minister Narendra Modi without doing anything. If a small budget is 30 crore, the advertisement cost more than 60 crore, like the example. How just you analyze the situation in Delhi and new Delhi services bill?
First of all, good evening to each and every one, our viewers, and to Poonam ji and Kumar Rakesh ji. Indeed, an honor and pleasure to share this debate with you. I'm a girl of Delhi, so you can very well imagine they always say this place where you're born, it's very close to your heart. And the things that I'm seeing it, I travel very frequent to Delhi. And it was never, as Honorable Home Minister did mention, the governments have come, have gone. But when it comes to, they both work together for the betterment of the, because the union territory at that very time, now the state. But since this change has happened, we are seeing it. Earlier, we started seeing Mr. Kejriwal speaking out, lashing out on the Honorable Prime Minister. That is not the right way to do it. He is elected by the mandate with majority, the way that Rohingyas elected you in Delhi. Because that is, if you see that all the people, those who have voted for him, if we try to figure it out, they are not the original natives of Delhi. Because the natives of Delhi will never go for all this, because we have seen it over a period of time for generations together. So then he started complaining. Whenever you're talking about he's bashing, then the new trend came, he just kept quiet. We saw how the 2019, the pandemic, end of 2019 and the 2020 beginning, first phase of pandemic, then the second phase of pandemic. And even if Central has provided something, he has smashed that. There was a hospital which was created. And then he raised his hands, oh, I cannot do that. What has been created, he's been destroying. You could not construct anything, but something which has been constructed, you've destroyed. So there's a trend setting going on. And then people have been talking about his level of education, his background. I'm so sorry to go in the diversions, but you see that he is a shrewd politician, I must say that. Because all the people, those who were with him from day one, from minute one, what all he has said, point by point, he has not followed anything. मुझे घर नहीं चाहिए. I don't want anything. मुझे बंगला नहीं चाहिए. Bangla, we have seen it. What all the pictures and all.
More than what? More than about 50 crore Bangla.
More than a 7-star hotel there. Like
Yeah.
you have a swimming pool there. Who's going to swim? Like, he should go soak himself there, शर्म से डूब जाना चाहिए वहाँ, मतलब like अगर बनाया है तो, because that's on the taxpayers' money. So these are the things which should be shown. And now
Yeah.
you're talking about every time there is an objection, he has been thinking that he is going to be the leader of the nation. If the people are smart, they should be thinking not even twice, just once only, which is more than enough. They have seen it, what has been happening in New Delhi and the Punjab, which is the neighboring state. And so, are you ready for that irony? It should not be, because this guy is very, very dangerous, to be very, very honest. Like you, whatever he has said from point one till Prashant Bhushan gone, Tiwari, that Yogendra Yadav gone, this guy Kumar Vishwas
Long
gone,
list, long list.
Kiran Bedi.
Justice
List is
Santosh
list is
Avket,
very
long
long.
list. Yeah,
और
yeah,
जेल जो है अपने सिसोदिया, like जेल जो है सत्येंद्र जैन, isn't it a shrewd politician? He is. Go ahead.
yeah.
Thank you.
So nice. Just Poonamji, how do you think? Don't think that this is a great liar of the country and a great liar of the world? If you Google
He has
the lies of Arvind Kejriwal, more
Kejriwal.
than 200 links we found.
Kejriwal has been dealing the sensitive issues very carelessly, actually. So it is some time ago his comments on Waqf board, that was very dangerous, and he had he had announced that the Waqf board will have the maximum amount of money. It has never seen the maximum amount of, what does it make? He is making a community more stronger. We recently we have the example of Mewat. So what does it? Because if you make this community more financially strong, where does they what do they do? They use it on us, because now Bhimrao Ambedkar, long time back, if you read his book, he has already mentioned that this community, cannot survive. We both cannot survive. So this, and his attitude towards soft attitude towards Rohingyas. So what is this? Uh, he had been very careless in dealing with all these sensitive issues. And not only that, the GNCT bill, whatever the today,
So
Amit
yeah.
Ji, yeah.
So
So
then we can
because
find that whatever government
India's
of India Bharat is doing, that should be done.
India's the federalism of Indian, policy is, the it has a unitary characteristic also, and it is there in the constitution itself. Because if we see the middle phase when Indira Gandhi was there, it had the maximum of the, what we say, Hitlerian or whatever we call it. So that was a phase when we had faced that. But
Okay.
now, in fact, after Sarkaria Commission in 1983, there had been many changes which had given a good, good recommendations for the smooth functioning of our center and
But
state
the
police.
matter of
Central
concern,
government.
it will a long discussion for Sarkaria Commission Poonamji, but matter of the great concern for the most of the states has not following the recommendation of Sarkaria Commission. Whenever they submitted report 1988, and always just taking and there is so powers, constitutional powers to the states, but they are not following the whatever power they have given, but they are trying to encroach their power to intervene in the central policy. So this is matter of law, but this is today Lok Sabha passed. Tomorrow, hope for the best Rajya Sabha will pass. Then the power will be curtailed just for the sake of the governance and transparency. The time of break, after break, we'll talk on the Mewat issue. Stay with us. We'll take the break. Just we'll discuss the Mewat issue. And Mewat, no issue. I think we can understand this is the old, I think, disease. Uh, just that time, planted by Gandhi, Nehru, just uh, and opposed by that time Sardar Patel and Rajendra Prasad. They were just going outside from the Bharat, but they have stayed, halted, just stopped by Gandhi, Nehru. Just to see some pictures how just they have ruined our country in the name of appeasement. But these two great fellow, we salute Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Sardar Patel. But now, due to that policy, old reason, just we are facing is still just situation like 1947. We're so just accept on that, see the fix still. And if you see the reason already, so at that time, village is a Gashera. So they have also remember Gandhi 1947 as a new law breaks an old promise, and Gandhi made his way to Gashera. Members of the Muslim community from Albar and Bharatpur halted to their way to Pakistan. Why and what for? What's the reason? As country Bharat was divided and on the basis of religion. And what about the Citizen Amendment Act and the National Registration will violate the promise made to their ancestors? The sentiment echoed among the residents across the district now, located less than 40 kilometers from the capital as per 2011 census, 79.20 population Mebab practice Islam. And now in Gazera, the new law feels more personal. Residents of the village who took pride in the connection, father of the nation, say how they fear feeling like second class citizen. But what nonsense! 19 December 1947, Gandhi made his way to Gazera when members of Muslim community from Alban and Bharatpur had halted. Why they have been halted? What's the reason behind it? Why this trying to appeasement? Although country was divided just on going to Pakistan on the basis of religion. So, although Dr. Rajendra Prasad and um, Sardar Patel already in his letter just written to Nehru, they should not be stopped, they should allow to go. So, Vandanadi, what type of politics does you see lies in this whole situation? And this is also a story. The Mewati was the old Rajputs, not the Muslims. Title also given by that time Rosa Tughlaq, and with the incident.
See, the irony is we people are not still able to realize, except why did 1947 happen? That is a basic, on the basis of religion. Why did we let them stay here? Even if, because the future generations are facing the repercussions of that. That is the biggest irony. Because the demographics, if you are seeing it, the population, the percentage increase, the way they are folding. And on the other side, which is the neighboring rogue nation, how much percentage were Hindus left and how much are they today? Every day, abduction, kidnappings have been happening. Or here, on the counter to it, they are being more powered, more empowered. And we do have politics, which has been playing. When you're talking about Mewat, this is the biggest irony. I cannot, because 1947, my parents are the victims of that genocide. But when we're talking about at that time, the country was dividing. But here, this is the nation that we got, this side of it. And this generation who's been suffering, the ladies, those who are going, we all know that Monday is Shravan Somvar, people go to worship. And now you cannot even do prayers in your own nation. What you talk about it? I mean, this is not acceptable by any means, to be honest. Let this be the Home Minister of India or the Defense Minister, because I have seen the kids, like those who are pelting the stones. They may not be more than 13 or 14 years old. So what kind of means guidance, education that they have got? Upbringing. We have been told when you're walking, make sure There is no ant under your feet. This is not the Bharat that we want. If it has to be eradicated, eliminated, it should be done for the sake of our future generations. Thank you.
So just you also narrated, Vandana ji, just your own experience, how your parents just already came across so such turbulent experiences of 1947 division, how they came from the that Pakistan area, some went to the Pakistan. The percentage that time 83% Hindus were in Pakistan, and 2% was in were in the Bharat. Now the figure is vice versa. There is a there is 2%, I think, Hindus in now Pakistan, and now 20 more than 20% in Bharat. So we can understand the irony and agony. So this is a problem. This is a main problem, and just for the appeasement policy of Congress as well as Gandhi and Nehru, and some stories also, I think, had been. I have just came across the some references. The father of Gandhi was Muslim. That is this is not a part of story. This is some facts. One of the writers mentioned in the documents. Maybe always when the decision was made, well, all Muslims should go, will go, should go to the Pakistan. Why they halted? Why they stay? What's the reason behind it? Some affections, some connections that should be investigated. Some had been already investigated. Now they are investigated by some historian. What is the wrong history planted on our country? So, Poonamji, how just you analyze the situation? How the core policy that time and after the division of the country on the basis of religion, why they have been stopped, and now that was a small, I think, reason is now the rights and violence. It is still in our country, Bharat.
In 1947, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he had written to our Patel, Sardar Patel, that there are because from in 1947, from West Pakistan, these people had come actually, these Mewatis. So he had written to him that on some day in 1947 at night, these people, some around 500, these Muslims, they had, taken out some processions in Karol Bagh, and they had created many, disturbances. In fact, many of them were, they dwell in near, the backside of Jama Masjid, I think. So, and then Patel, they had, planned to, Sardar Patel, he wrote to Rajendra Prasad that yes,
Yeah,
there is a plan to move them, to send them back to Pakistan, and army vehicles are prepared to leave. But Nehru and Gandhi, they had stopped. They had not, yeah, they did not allow them to go. And Nehru wanted these people to reside in Delhi. Imagine if they would have been in Delhi, what would have been the situation? Today we are facing it in Mewat. So it is the history which carries the seeds of today's violence actually. And and in Mewat Nuh area, if you see, there are enormous, amount of construction, illegal construction.
yeah.
Why not bulldoze them? Illegal constructions you can demolish. Why not? Why not the government? And interestingly, the recently the people, those who have been the
This is
culprits, those
totally
who have
failure
been.
of administration. Wherever
Yes,
BJP government
and
is
not
there,
only that, wait, I want to add one thing, that the people, those who have been arrested from the court, they are they were asked for a polygraph test, but the court has said no to the polygraphic test. Why? If once the polygraphic test is done, it will, be very easy to go to the roots from where they are being, but there is so much of funding there. there is so much of funding, there are cyber crimes, there are mosques, there are madrasas, and the root cause and the root lies in madrasas only. You see in Singapore, you see in Japan, you see in China. Can do you find any what they had done? So I think Indian government should act, act smart. And I don't think we have time to lose, because today Mewat, tomorrow we may have something else, some
Yeah,
state else.
you are right. Vandana ji, the last comment.
Yeah, I think when we talk about, they always claim about double engine sarkar, double engine sarkar. What is this double engine sarkar did it? It's a complete failure of the intelligence. This cannot be happen on a means fraction of seconds. If somebody is there with those kind of arms and ammunition, and somebody is collecting those kind of stones, they already have an experience. This is the second time it's a BJP government there. I am very, very upset about that, because we have an example outskirts of New Delhi, which is then we do know the Shine Bagh, because this is they are doing it on purpose, unless or until, because we have to spend more money, because the people in the uniforms, they don't even have those kind of ammunitions what these people have it. Can you imagine that? What you a constable will do with this little stick of the wood? Nothing. And what is the fault? They say the women's, they have dragged the young girls in the bushes. They have, means everything has been very well
Well
documented.
planned, yeah.
There has been
According to Home
definitely
Minister
proof.
Anil Vij also just said, this is a totally the
But what
planned
was
way and
Mr. Anil
conspiracy.
Vij doing earlier? What
Yeah,
was Mr. Anil Vij doing? It's a
yeah,
complete failure.
agreed. Yeah, complete failure. I totally agree. This complete failure of
He cannot be
administration.
excused.
Yeah,
He
I'm
cannot be
agree.
excused,
Totally agree.
because, see, in today's time, after the incident has happened and you act on it, that is not intelligence. When we
Yeah.
are talking about honorable prime minister talk about
Every
AI
year
and
this every year this Sobha Yatra has been organized. It's first time. Why and why not? This is already
and then
planned
the
now.
judiciary says that there should not be the shobha yatras. Shame on them. Means,
Yeah,
like, if we cannot, like, what this is, we cannot practice. So this is not even secular country anymore, to be honest. Then
agreed.
you want to please somebody, pasanda and masanda? No, that's not going to happen.
Thank you very much just for your inputs and comments on the present situation of Nevat Nu and trying to control now. But this is already spread that some other part districts, the states also. Government is trying to control the situation with all means, and whoever culprit, whatever CM Manohar Khattar, as I think this is not good administration, but what they claim, no one will be spared and all will be booked, and whatever already the loss of the government properties, that will be just taken from the all the culprits, whatever they claim. So let us see, hope for the best, hope for the peace, and for our country, for our nation. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.